Hi there, it's still Sunday the 26th of April. I've dashed over to the other plot. I'm going to throw the parsnips in. Parsnips we only sow once. We start harvesting them in the autumn time, right the way through the winter. They'll stay in the ground. They like well cultivated, deep, fertile, rich, stone-free soil if you can get it. But if you haven't got that, don't worry, still give them a go. As you can see here, I've got 3 lines in the ground that mark where I'm going to pot them. 6 inches from the edge of my bed, 6 inches from the edge of my bed, 12 inches apart. This is the same as the onions and the same as the beetroot. I want to mark a shallow drill there. Now, parsnip seeds, you have to buy them fresh every year because they're sort of no good the next year. So that's what they look like, the parsnip seeds. And what I tend to do, I get about 2 and I pop them in about every 4 to 6 inches. Doesn't matter if you put 3 in. You can always weed out the weaker ones and just carry on doing that to the end of the bed. Okay, so I've just come to the end of the row. Didn't really make that much of a deep drill, so I'll press the seeds down with my fingers. They've probably gone down about 2 to 3 centimetres, and that's that. The reason I've made 3 markers is because I want to know exactly where my parsnip seeds are. Sometimes it can take up to 6 weeks for a parsnip to germinate, and they're very, very tender when they're young plants, and the slightest interruption will kill them. So what I always do, I mark myself a drill dead centre, pretty much what we did yesterday with the onions, and I'm going to sow lettuce in there. That's going to retain moisture, it's going to shade out the weeds so the weeds don't overtake the parsnips, and it's going to give me a really good idea of where my parsnips are. So it's more of a marker than anything. Plus I'm just going to get loads of lettuce out of it as well. So if you can see, it's dead centre. So I'll know exactly where my parsnips are, and I'll do another one here. Okay, so that's a bed of parsnips gone in with some interplanted lettuce. I'm going to come back tomorrow and I'm going to work this bed down and plant this one up with parsnips also, because that's not going to be enough for my requirements. As you've probably seen, I've got broad beans, beetroot, peas and parsnips here, so you can see I've got a mix of peas, beans and root crops. I'd normally like to keep all my root crops together and all of my peas and beans together and then all of my brassicas together, but because I'm so out of time, I'm just having to plant what needs to go in the space that I've got prepared. So come back tomorrow and see what else we're doing. Thank you.